The lies of BMI and a better approach to health. Ever stepped on that scale at the doctor's office, held your breath, and waited for the verdict? It's like they're peering into a crystal ball, predicting your health destiny based on a single number, your BMI. But what if that crystal ball is cracked, distorted, and giving you a completely inaccurate picture? Let's get one thing straight. BMI does not measure body fat. It's like using a thermometer to check your blood pressure. Completely the wrong tool for the job. It's a blunt instrument trying to perform a delicate surgery. The BMI was created by Adolphe Quetelet in the 1830s. His goal wasn't individual health assessments, but to find the dimensions of the average man for sociological studies. He was looking for trends across populations, not judging individuals. The formula itself is simple. Weight in kilograms divided by height in meters squared. But here's the kicker. Quetelet's original study population was primarily white European men. So, we're using a formula based on a very specific demographic to judge everyone on the planet. Ansel Keys revived BMI in 1972, but even he acknowledged it wasn't meant for individual assessment. He intended it for large-scale population studies. The problem is, BMI completely ignores body composition, the crucial difference between muscle, fat, water, and bone density. Think about it. A CrossFit instructor could be classified as obese based on BMI due to their high muscle mass. I had a skinny roommate with a perfect BMI who had high blood pressure. I myself lost muscle and gained fat, but my BMI stayed the same. Visceral fat, the dangerous kind around your organs, is completely ignored by BMI. Subcutaneous fat, the kind under your skin, is treated the same. Pro athletes are routinely misclassified as overweight or obese because of their muscle mass. It's absurd. The idea that 30 means obese, end of story, is a dangerous oversimplification. These BMI cutoffs are primarily based on data from white men of European descent. They don't account for the vast diversity of human bodies. A 2021 UK study showed that diabetes risk varies significantly across ethnic groups at the same BMI. For South Asian people, disease risk starts increasing at a BMI of 24, much lower than the overweight threshold. Why the difference? Different body composition patterns, a tendency for South Asians to store more fat around their organs, and genetic factors all play a role. BMI ignores all of this crucial information. BMI is also practically useless for people over 65. Higher BMIs in older populations can actually be protective, providing a buffer against illness and injury. We're penalizing older adults for something that might actually be helping them. And what about gender differences? Women naturally have higher essential fat percentages than men. BMI doesn't account for this, leading to misclassifications and unnecessary anxiety. We're using an incomplete and misleading measurement to make important health decisions. We live in a toxic medical culture where weight becomes the main focus, often to the detriment of actual health. Larger-bodied individuals often experience weight-centered medical visits, where every ailment is attributed to their size. The consequences of this weight obsession are devastating. Inadequate testing for unrelated conditions, avoidance of doctors due to shaming, psychological damage from stigma, and missing serious conditions affecting people of all sizes are all too common. The association between obesity and health risks is far more complex than fat for unhealthy. Many people with obese BMIs have perfect blood work, while people with normal BMIs can develop diabetes and heart disease. The Edmonton Obesity Staging System is a far better approach, focusing on the presence and severity of health problems, not just a number on a scale. It acknowledges that people with the same BMI can have vastly different health profiles. Ultimately, health behaviors are far more important than BMI. An active person with a higher BMI is likely healthier than a couch potato with a perfect BMI. We need to shift our focus from weight to lifestyle. Using BMI as a gatekeeper for medical treatment is downright dangerous. It leads to denial of care based on a flawed metric, treating everyone as identical copies. I've seen it happen firsthand. A friend was denied PCOS medication because of her BMI. A cousin was denied knee surgery. An anorexic colleague was praised for her healthy BMI, despite clearly being unwell. This leads to both over and under treatment. People are denied necessary care because of their BMI, while others are subjected to unnecessary interventions. Insurance companies' use of BMI cutoffs forces doctors to obsess over weight, often at the expense of other important factors. I know a woman who was denied Ozempic for diabetes because her BMI was 28, just below the cutoff. She was struggling to manage her blood sugar, but a number on a scale stood in the way of her getting the medication she needed. The excuse that we need some standard measure is simply not good enough. We have several better methods available, and it's time we started using them. Waist measurements are a simple and effective way to assess visceral fat. Cutoffs of greater than 35 inches for women and 40 inches for men are good indicators of increased risk. It's a far more direct measure of abdominal fat than BMI. Waist-to-hip ratio predicts heart disease risk better than BMI. It takes into account the distribution of fat, which is crucial for understanding health risks. Bioelectrical impedance analysis, BIA, distinguishes between fat and muscle mass. While not perfect, it provides a more nuanced picture of body composition than BMI. DEXA scans offer detailed body composition analysis, measuring bone density, muscle mass, and fat mass. They're the gold standard for body composition assessment. And most importantly, we should be focusing on actual health markers: blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, and inflammation markers. These are far more reliable indicators of health than BMI. It's time to prioritize accuracy over simplicity. We can't let a flawed metric continue to dictate healthcare decisions. BMI persists because it's simple and deeply embedded in healthcare bureaucracy. But we need a total mindset shift. We need to move beyond the BMI myth and embrace a more comprehensive and personalized approach to health. Here's what a better approach looks like. Use BMI properly for population research, not individual assessment. Get the full picture, combine multiple measures, including waist circumference, blood work, and lifestyle factors. Recognize diversity. Age, ethnicity, gender, and genetics all play a role in health. Focus on behaviors, not numbers. Sustainable habits are far more important than a single data point. Demand better healthcare. Advocate for yourself and find doctors who prioritize your overall well-being, not just your weight. I once had a doctor who actually listened to me, who understood that medicine was about more than just numbers. Health is not defined by a mathematical formula. It's a complex and multifaceted concept that encompasses physical, mental, and emotional well-being. You deserve comprehensive, personalized care that takes into account your unique circumstances. It's time to dismantle the BMI myth and embrace a more holistic, and compassionate approach to health. Ready to take control of your health journey? Share this video with anyone who's ever felt judged by their BMI. Research alternative health metrics like waist circumference and body composition analysis. Advocate for yourself at your next doctor's appointment. Demand a comprehensive assessment, not just a BMI reading. Subscribe to our channel for more myth-busting health information and empowering content. Leave a comment below sharing your experiences with BMI and what you're doing to prioritize your health. Let's build a healthier, more inclusive future, one where everyone feels empowered to take care of their bodies and minds, regardless of a flawed number on a scale.